Well, hello, geometry. This is a rice cap. My other son liked hats. This son didn't want a hat made by me. He wanted this. He went to Rice, and their mascot is an owl. So he wanted a little owls. And in honor of his graduation, I bought this shirt. Look, it's full of little owls. So maybe someday some of you will be a wise rice owl. Aha, so here we go. If we wanted to find the measurement of this side, do you remember what we used? Okay, we start out with the Pythagorean theorem. Now we went to these, and I told you don't have to use the Pythagorean theorem. And here we couldn't anyway, because we only have one side. And for the Pythagorean theorem, we need at least two sides. So here we used our knowledge on special right triangles. And now we go to a problem that looks like this. I have one side and an angle, but this angle does not make this triangle perfect, like our special ones, right? It's a perfect right, but it's not a special one, like we're used to doing it quickly in our heads with shortcuts. So we are going to use trigonometry. It comes from the Greek words trigonon, which means triangle, and metron, which means measure. So we are going to study the relationships between sides and angles of triangles. So here we have to apply trigonometry. So let's do a little bit of review here. If I'm focused on angle A, up here, this side is always called hypotenuse, no matter what. But if I'm looking at angle A, this side would be opposite, BC. Remember opposite? It's like in front of it. And this leg would be considered adjacent. Now, if we focus on angle C, and we look straight ahead, this is side opposite, and this is side adjacent. So it depends on the angle that we're focused on, if we're gonna call this side opposite or adjacent, and this leg opposite or adjacent. But this one is always the hypotenuse. Now, if we're looking at the ratio opposite over hypotenuse, that is called sine. If we look at the ratio adjacent over hypotenuse, that is called cosine. And if we look at the ratio opposite over adjacent, that is called tangent. So the way I remember this is with shortcut, SOHCAHTOA. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse, cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. So SOHCAHTOA is what we're going to be talking about in this new chapter. Okay, so let's go back here. If I focus on angle here, which is 20 degrees, this side is called opposite. This is always the hypotenuse, and this would be the adjacent. Okay? And that is what we're focusing on in this lesson. Finding ratios of triangles. Until next time, bye-bye.